The holidays are not complete without making a homemade pie. Today I share with you my family's classic recipe with a little twist and Chantilly cream. This is so delicious. Everyone loves it. Hey guys, I'm Shereen with Cook This. First, to get started on our pie, we need to make the crust. So we're making a homemade crust. This is really easy, just a few ingredients. It comes together really quickly. So into my food processor, I have all-purpose flour, and I have a little bit of salt. I have cold butter, and you want to cut it into these little teeny tiny pieces. So dice it, so that way when we're forming our pie crust, it comes together really quickly. All right, so in she goes, nice and cold. So the colder, the better. That way we get a light and airy, flaky crust. All right, now we are just gonna pulse until it comes together. It's almost gonna have a sandy texture. So we're gonna pulse it a few times. Okay, perfect, look at the texture. So that's what you want. And now we have about 3 to 5 tablespoons of ice cold water. So now you just want to turn your dough ball or your pie crust onto a lightly floured surface and just knead it a little bit. So we don't really want to overwork it, plus it will have time to rest in the refrigerator. We're going to place it into the refrigerator for 45 minutes just to let those glutens rest. I like to make a flat, round disc, get it prepared and ready for when we're ready to roll it out. See that? Beautiful. Now you just want to take some plastic wrap and cover it nice and tight. Now to make the filling. So we have room temperature eggs, 3 room temperature eggs. So I'm just going to slowly whisk the eggs, get them cranking and ready to go. And then I have dark corn syrup. So this is what's going to sweeten it and make it a signature pecan pie. So just slowly drizzle that in. Okay, now for the sugar. Room temperature butter. So I like to use unsalted. And then a little spike from a good pure vanilla extract and my little twist. So I like to add a little Kahlua. So it kind of gives it a coffee flavor and really just heightens this pie. It's delicious. So I'll give it a little, about 2 tablespoons. So the key here is not to froth the mixture. So we want to pull it together, crank up the speed just a little bit. But the reason why you don't want to froth the mixture, because when we then pour it over the pecans, that way those pecans, once they're baking, will rise to the surface and it looks beautiful for a presentation. And that's why I actually like to use the paddle attachment, so that way it doesn't whip too much air in the mixture. All right, so this is good, this is ready to go. I'm gonna go get my pie crust, roll it out, and we can just let this mixture set here, and then we'll add it into the pie crust. Take your rolling pin and just start rolling out from the center to the edges, quarter turn each time until we roll it out to about 11 inches. So even though you are using a 9-inch pie plate, you want to roll it out a little bit larger so that way we can trim it and make it perfect. So just go around the edges nice and tight and just trim those frayed edges. Voila. All right, so we have a little crack here, nothing to panic over. We're just going to mend it with our fingers. Perfect. I'm going to go around and crimp the edges and then get ready to place our pecans in the bottom. So now you want to take your whole pecans, pecan, however you want to say it. You could line them up beautifully just like this, or you could just dump them in. You know, My mother, when she was baking these every single year at Thanksgiving and Christmas, we just tossed them in the bottom. And we had this pie every year for both holidays. And it was really the only time we had it, so we always look forward to it. But the funny thing is, I never really cared for it as a kid. Something about the color of the pie just made me think, oh, it can't be good. It's brown, right? Well, one day I decided to take a bite and holy moly, I ate the whole pie. So I have my oven heated at 375 degrees and we're gonna bake this pie for about 40 to 45 minutes. All right, so we just cleaned our mixing bowl because now it's time to make the chantilly. And chantilly is basically just whipped cream, spiked with a vanilla and sweetened. So you want a nice cold heavy cream. Just add it right into your bowl. So this is really just a few ingredients. We have confectionery sugar, that's the sweetener. And a good pure vanilla extract, Chantilly. Actually, my culinary instructor in culinary school, he said it was pronounced Chantilly. Sounds really fancy. I think we'll call it Chantilly. Okie dokes. Perfect, we're there. See how quickly that is to make your own whipped cream? All right, did you see what we created? Isn't she a beaut? And if maybe your kids might happen to be like I was as a kid, you want to make it a little prettier, look at that. That may entice them to take a bite. It's beautiful. All right, now we got to taste it. Good old delicious pecan pie. Very excited. This is my first bite of pecan pie this year. Look how gorgeous. Oh my gosh. This does not disappoint. Listen, if you want this recipe, go to the newspaper's website. And if you have any questions during this holiday season, reach out to me on Facebook and Twitter with any culinary questions. I'm here for you. Until next time, enjoy. So delicious.